One of the Mega Evolutions I've been most excited to use ever since that I heard that it existed is Mega Glimmora. This is a little because I really like the design of Mega Glimmora, but it's mostly because I think it's a really interesting Pokemon competitively. Let me explain. When it comes to most Mega Pokemon, you almost always just want to rip their Mega Evolutions right away. This is not only because they get way stronger, but often they will get more useful abilities, or their abilities just won't change at all. Pokemon like Mega Meganium, Mega Frostlass, and Mega Gengar are all Pokemon who you don't really want their base ability and would much rather have their Mega Evolved ability, and some Pokemon such as Dragonite don't change abilities at all. One of the most interesting things when it comes to Mega Evolution, though, is intentionally delaying your Mega Evolution because you lose something when you do Mega Evolve. And in Glimmora's case, Glimmora has a really good ability in its base form called Toxic Debris. This signature ability is very powerful because whenever any Pokemon hits Glimmora with any physical attack, it sets up a layer of toxic spikes which will poison all Pokemon after they switch in and touch the ground. When I learned that Glimmora was getting a Mega form, it seemed like almost the perfect opportunity because you could potentially set up the layer of toxic spikes before you Mega Evolve and then get a better and new ability after you Mega Evolve. I feel like the grammar there was bad, but whatever. Anyway, the big question is, what's Mega Glimmora's ability? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it an improvement? Is it like a nerf? And the answer is that Mega Glimmora gets adaptability, which is a very good ability. Adaptability gives a pretty major power boost to all of Glimmora's poison and rock type moves, meaning you could switch Glimmora into a physical attack like Fake Out, set up a layer of toxic spikes, and then Mega Evolve and get a huge power boost in addition to your already big stat increase. However, it is worth noting that Glimmora has a new problem in Pokemon Champions that it didn't have in Scarlet and Violet, which is Terastallization is gone, and Glimmora has abysmal typing, just like absolutely terrible defensive typing, I should specify, with a quadruple weakness to ground as well as weaknesses to relatively common types such as water and steel. Keeping Mega Glimmora alive seems a little bit difficult. So the first thing I did is give my Glimmora Substitute. This means that against Pokemon that Glimmora has a favorable matchup against, you can potentially set up a substitute and buy yourself a little bit of extra health for later on. Like Garchomp Earthquake will do 100% to Glimmora, but it'll only do 25% to your substitute. Glimmora is pretty fast, and typically fast Pokemon are good users of Substitute, but it's just 1 point slower than Garchomp and Mega Floette, which is really annoying. So immediately the question was, how are we going to beat Garchomp? Like that's the most common ground type. It's faster than Mega Glimmora. What are we going to do to get around it? The first thing I thought of was Alolan Ninetales. This is a Pokemon I haven't used yet in Pokemon Champions, but I think is really strong. It's faster than Garchomp, it has a lot of good supporting moves. I'm going to be using both Aurora Veil to help give my team a little extra bulk, as well as Encore to disrupt opponents. And because it's set with the snow, it not only works against other weather teams, but can also use the powerful move Blizzard on its own. With Focus Sash, you don't have to worry so much about its like middling defensive typing, and you can invest fully in its speed and offense. Ninetales is good against Garchomp, but it's not very good at all against Excadrill, who's commonly paired with Tyranitar, and Excadrill being the other main ground type Pokemon you need to watch out for right now. Don't know why I did that with my hand. I gotta say, this feels like a public humiliation ritual. I do not like being a YouTuber outside. There are people around me and they can see me talking, and I don't like it at all. Anyway, Excadrill. Excadrill's the other big ground type, and it's paired with Tyranitar, and both these Pokemon are good into Ninetales. Very good, in fact. So we very clearly need something for this duo. Hang on, it's loud. Hello. I'm now in transit to find a new spot to film because somebody turned on a boombox and they're going to get the video copyright claimed. But anyway, what was I saying? Mega Excadrill. No, regular Excadrill and Tyranitar. So the thing about Excadrill and Tyranitar is that they're pretty good into both my Pokemon right now, especially Excadrill. So we need a Pokemon that like really beats them up, like pretty badly, okay? And the answer that I've come up with is Corviknight. Corviknight as a flying type is completely immune to ground type moves, and its flying weakness is canceled out by its steel typing as well. With Iron Defense, it becomes extremely hard to get rid of for physical attackers, especially Pokemon like Excadrill and Tyranitar who like really can't do much to it, and it can use its heightened defense offensively with the move Body Press, which does more damage the higher your defense stat is. Hello, I found a spot that's not too bad, so I'm just gonna talk before the cars get bad. Now at this point we need a little bit more offense and we need a little bit more speed, so we're looking for some kind of Choice Scarf Pokemon. And actually the Pokemon we want to use here is a Pokemon that is the same one that we're trying to counter, and that is Garchomp. Specifically, Choice Scarf Garchomp. This way we'll always outspeed other Garchomp and can hit them for big damage with Dragon Claw. Plus it's another Pokemon that's good against Tyranitar and Excadrill. Okay, we now have 2 Pokemon left on the team. At this point, Steel-type Pokemon are still looking kind of difficult because, like, we have Garchomp, yes, and we have Corviknight, who is a Steel-type and, like, has a fighting move, but against Pokemon like Archaludon or Aegislash, it's just not going to cut it. So the next Pokemon on this team is a Fire-type, and specifically, it's Volcaronia. Volcarona can take advantage of the Aurora Veil set up by Ninetales to make it bulkier, and it can use Quiver Dance to make itself even stronger, even faster, and even harder to get rid of. It's nice here because both Garchomp and Corviknight really bully the Rock-type attackers in, like, Excadrill and Tyranitar and Aerodactyl. And Volcarona in turn threatens the grass and bug type Pokemon that resist Garchomp's ground type attacks. Okay, we have room for one more Pokemon on this team, and we probably want another Pokemon that's immune to ground-type moves, given that Garchomp has Earthquake, and Earthquake hits every Pokemon on the field, including Garchomp's partner. There is like Rotom, but I don't think Rotom is strong enough here, so the Pokemon I've chosen for this final slot is Gyarados. It's a flying type, it has Intimidate, it adds water typing to the team, which is really nice. It can boost itself with Dragon Dance. Both Gyarados and Glimmora actually function really well without their item and without Mega Evolving, so you can actually bring both of them to the same battle and just Mega whichever one feels better in the moment, which I think is cool, and not the case for most Mega Evolutions. Anyway, that's the team. I'm getting away from that road. It was very, very noisy. Last thing is, before we jump into the battles, you should check out the Patreon if you have not already. There's a ton of extra battle content there. I'll be posting extra battles with this team, as well as a full course that we're releasing weekly to help you get better at competitive play. I post at least 3 videos there a month. Sometimes it's a lot more. Sometimes it's never less. I also post all my tournament teams there early before I post them publicly on YouTube. So yeah, it's a good resource if you're interested in learning more about competitive Pokemon, or you just want to get more of content from me. You should check it out. But yeah, okay, let's watch how the games go. Okay, this is going to be quite interesting. I'm personally really excited for this team because Mega Glimmora is a Pokemon that as soon as I saw it, I got really interested in. I think it's a really, really cool Pokemon. I think it's actually genuinely one of the coolest Pokemon to come out of Scarlet and Violet, even though it doesn't always get that much attention. And so when I heard that there was a Mega Evolution, I was just really curious to see how it works. And I think that the way that Mega Glimmora is set up, where it has a different ability that actually benefits it once it Mega Evolves, while still keeping access to Toxic Debris before it Mega Evolves, is overall really interesting. So I feel like this team looks pretty solid. I feel good about kind of, yeah, like what I have here. It's a bit of a more setup oriented playstyle than I normally play, but there's still enough offense that I think I will be able to yeah, use it without too much issues. So obviously Glimmora is interesting because I feel like its good matchups are so good, but then its bad matchups are like really difficult. And so I'm curious to see if I have successfully built a team here where I'm able to get around some of the bad matchups. Big thank you to Scarlet, I need to say as well, for helping me theory a lot of the teams that we've been using over the last couple days. Yeah, it's way more fun to do this when you have somebody else to bounce ideas off of rather than just like staring at the team builder. So let's see what we're up against here. We have dual Mega on this team. The goal is to be able to bring Glimmora. They have Torkoal and Blastoise. This looks like a Trick Room team, actually, which is a bit scary. My team doesn't have that much for Trick Room, all things considered. Substitute Mega Glimmora should be pretty decent here. The question is, what do I lead with it? One option is this Corviknight. The only thing about Corviknight is that it's really quite awkward against Torkoal, right? With Ninetales, and my Gyarados is really good offensively here. So let's try this. I expect them to do either Farigiraf plus, I expect Farigiraf plus Instant here. I think anything else is, I guess I could lead Blastoise as well. Yeah, this is a bit of a difficult matchup. The team doesn't have a great Trick Room matchup. Corviknight's not even that good into Trick Room here. I just feel like going for an Iron Defense early puts pressure on them, which is like definitely nice. Instant and Farigiraf. Okay, this is what I expected. So my thought process is either I get Toxic Spikes up or I get Iron Defense up, and they're both good for different reasons. So here's Mirror Armor here, activating, dropping a Sonora's attack down is always nice. I'm gonna go for Substitute here, and I'm gonna go for Iron Defense. My goal is really just to stall the Trick Room out. I think if I can stall Trick Room out, then I can win, but yeah, here's Fake Out. Okay, so they are gonna give me Toxic Spikes, which is overall probably good for me. Not so good. I actually might have preferred the Substitute. Here's Iron Defense. +2 defense. They go for Trick Room. Okay, the good news here is that I have weakened Torkoal, which is a pretty massive deal. The bad news is I'm pretty sure Farigiraf is just going to totally blow me up. I'm going to go for Spiky Shield here. I would like to Body Press the Instant if it's going to switch, but I guess I'm going to call that it won't switch. So I guess we'll Body Press Farig here. Okay. So I don't know if Parting Shot will work on Mirror Armor. I assume it fails. Okay. Waste a turn here. That's great. That's not good. Hello. That's pretty terrible. Hello. I can explain. I mean, it's good that I hit it with Body Press, but I was not expecting that. Nice play. I get half its health. Is it Citrus? It's not Citrus. Okay. I think I go Gyara here. I think Glimmora is pretty important. I don't think Gyarados is as important here. The question is, do I go after Farig here and try and get the KO, or do I go into Instant and try and hit whatever comes in? I think Farigiraf is genuinely more threatening. Yeah, this +2 is really scary here. I have to find the issue is my Corviknight doesn't have Protect. Like ultimately, that's what's doing me in here. If Corviknight had Protect, this whole game is different. You go for Twin Beam. Gyarados should live this, but not by much. Surviving here is crucial, though. Okay, that's a huge survive. They're instant to -2, but it's probably going for Parting Shot here. Okay, there's Parting Shot into Gyarados, so they are gonna, yeah, just do tons of damage here and get a free switch in. The thing is, the Toxic Spike from base Glimmora here is actually coming in pretty clutch. I guess I was just no, because I brought Gyarados, it wasn't just Mega Evolve. Okay, here's Torkoal. Ugh. That's not good. Torkoal's gonna get poisoned, which is going to start weakening the damage of Eruption. There's also no choice specs in the game. There's 2 turns left of Trick Room. The question is, who's the last Pokemon here? Who's the last Pokemon, and what's a guy got to do to deny a second Trick Room? That's the big question, right? So who comes in here? Is it Sinistcha or is it Incin? Or is it Gambit? It's Gambit, actually. So Gambit will not get poisoned. So what's my win condition then? I think the win condition here is that I get Glimmora next to Corviknight. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of tricky, but I think I can do this. I'm gonna protect and switch here. I'm gonna sack off Ninetales. Pretty scary. They might just go for Swords Dance, to be honest. Protect Gyarados. Yeah, like you can see, I'm getting through it. It's just not going so well, is it? Like I'm pretty close, just I'm not quite there at the same time. The question is, like, gonna Swords Dance here? Are they gonna go for an attack with Gambit? Okay, it is Swords Dance. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But it's not over yet. You know what I mean? Like I still have a chance to win this. So I'm gonna Waterfall here. I'm gonna Protect. Because I have Encore, I can actually do some pretty interesting things next turn. The question is, are they gonna switch Torkoal out this turn? Okay, they don't switch. That's really good for me. The poison damage matters, and not giving them a free switch into Torkoal again, like later, is really good. So here's Eruption. The thing is, Sub-Zero to Mega Glimmora is gonna be, I think, what ultimately gives me the edge here. So Eruption comes out, it knocks out Gyarados, but Torkoal's health is dropping in a meaningful way. Are they gonna Swords Dance again? Kowtow. Okay, so they're only +2. It does matter though, right? Because I have Iron Defense Corviknight in the back. So now we've stalled at the Trick Room. They will not get a second Trick Room up. This is winnable. Because what I can do is I can go into Glimmora, and I can go for Encore on this turn. Oh wait, they went for Kowtow Cleave actually. So I can substitute here. I'm gonna Encore them. It's always worth it to Encore, I think. Let's see if Torkoal switches here. Okay, they don't switch out Torkoal. So that could be bad. That could be really bad. Let's see if they Sucker Punch or not. That's the real question, right? Are they gonna Sucker Punch? They Sucker Punch. Okay, awesome. I lock them into Sucker Punch now, which is really good. Okay, I see how to win. Okay, ready. As long as my Glimmora doesn't go down, there's no way I lose the sub, right? To Eruption? Like, actually, no way. This Torkoal's no weather and it's damaged, and I'm resisted, and Glimmora is really tanky. Oh, that's not what I expected. Oh, I didn't expect it to have Earth Power. Hang on a second. This is now back to not being over. Didn't expect that. Well, now what? Okay, let's say I switch to Corviknight and Encore. This means I won't take any damage this turn from the King Gambit. Hopefully they just Earth Power again. My goal is to get an Iron Defense up, because with an Iron Defense up, I think Corviknight can win this game. They go for Sucker Punch, they stay in here, so this is potentially, it depends on who they targeted with Torkoal. It may be a 50-50 in terms of who they target, or they might have just Earth Powered Glimmora again. They should Earth Power Glimmora here. Okay, perfect. And now I get to go for Iron Defense, and you see that the poison is adding up so much. So I'll go for Iron Defense here, and I'm also going to do something a little bit surprising. I'm gonna go for Aurora Veil, and once I get to +2, this whole game changes around, because now that there's no more Trick Room, and thanks to all that, like, keep in mind I haven't touched this Torkoal yet. Like, I have not damaged it. I now have Aurora Veil, by the way. I get Iron Defense up, and I have Aurora Veil. Okay, this Ninetales is kind of secretly the MVP this game. Corviknight's at +2. You go Earth Power. I am gonna lose my Ninetales here, which is not ideal. But it's still, my Corviknight is still looking pretty good. Snow ends, but I have Aurora Veil. So what do they do with Gambit here is the question. They forfeited. Oh my god, they saw the writing on the wall. Wow, okay. I do think it was, I do think it was unbreakable. Like, I think Corviknight was genuinely unbreakable for them there, especially because Torkoal couldn't have protected this turn, so I had the ability to go for, yeah, something. But yeah, I mean, that was a really tough matchup, but Corviknight, Ninetales, and you see, like, Glimmora didn't actually attack to do any damage, but this is the strength, in my opinion, of Mega Glimmora, is that what ended up winning us the game there was those Toxic Spikes. If Torkoal hadn't taken any damage over time, I would have just been able to keep clicking Eruption. I would have had no chance to win, but because of the Toxic Spikes, oh my god, a Corviknight Mirror match. They also have Delphox, who looks kind of spooky, yes? They have Tyranitar. So, okay, my Corviknight looks pretty good. I have to watch out for a lot of their Pokemon, though. Their Delphox looks quite scary. I actually don't have great answers to Delphox because I want to use Gyarados here, but they have my Lodic. Ooh, this is kind of tricky, yes? I think this is actually a pretty decent lead here with Ninetales in the back. Oh wait, they have Levitate. Garchomp doesn't even really work here. Ugh. This is rough. I think I'll leave Garchomp and just click Rock Slide then. Garchomp plus Glimmora, I guess. I do think Gyarados has to come. Ninetales? Nah. I'll give them Weather, it's fine. I'll bring Corviknight. Yeah, this is pretty difficult. This might be a match where I go with Mega Gyarados instead. If I can get a Dragon Dance up, I become much more threatening. But the issue is that because of the Milotic, I can't really easily... I don't have a good lead here, basically. Delphox and Garchomp are the lead. Okay. That's not good for me. I am faster than this thing, so I kind of like Rock Slide plus switch to Gyarados. If I make it through this turn with Garchomp, I'll be able to go for a Dragon Dance, and that will be a big advantage, I think. They might just go for like Earthquake plus Psychic here, which would be kind of bad. Also, they're not White Armor on the Garchomp, so if they're Sash, then I get rid of the Sash, which is good. Let's see who's faster here. They're Scarf Chomp. Okay. So they're locked into Earthquake, which honestly, given that I have Gyarados in the field, if my Garchomp makes it this turn, it's pretty good for me. If I get the flinch here, it's really good for me. Okay, it doesn't matter that I missed the Garchomp. Good damn, wow, really good damage. Show me the flinch. Show me the flinch, show me the flinch. It's not good. Am I dead? I am alive. Okay, it's not the end of the world. There's nothing better for me to do here. I have to hope it's a speed tie, and I'll Dragon Dance here. You know, I actually could have Mega Evolved. There was a case for it. Okay, they actually switched Garchomp out into T-Tar. Oh, okay. So now I have... Okay, I mean, I have... Yeah, this is fine. Oh, they double switched. Unless this is Whimsicott, then it's no longer fine. Okay, it's my Milotic. All right. This is not bad, honestly. I miss again. This chip damage actually does matter as the thing. My Garchomp is not locking in. That's a lot of damage to my Milotic. We'll think it. They don't have Encore available, so my Gyarados being at +1 is really, really good for me. I need to kill this Delphox. If I get Delphox, I'll probably win. I think Rock Slide plus Protect is actually okay here. My Glimmora is looking kind of bad. Okay, I Protect Gyarados. It was leftovers Milotic, right? I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I hit both. They didn't Protect. They're not Scarf on the Tyranitar. My Milotic flinches. Is that good for me? They go for knockoff. All right, interesting. If I Mega Gyarados now, I can KO the Milotic. The problem with Mega Evolving Gyarados now is that means that I will end up weak to ground, which is pretty bad. So I'm gonna Waterfall here. I didn't really think, shoot, I should have gone for it. Like, I just didn't want to end up weak to the Garchomp, you know? Okay, it's okay. It's just kind of bad. If I get the flinch here, it's fine. Show me the flinch, baby. They're probably going for Icy Wind, realistically. You know, I should have gone after the Milotic because I had Corviknight, which beats 2 of the remaining 3 Pokemon. And if they go for Icy Wind, oh my god, I'm so good. Okay, that's really good. Okay, my Garchomp is missing Rock Slides, but it's also flinching, so I guess I can't really complain. I'm gonna Rock Slide here, and now I think I Waterfall again because now they just protected. Yeah, Scarf, Rock Slide, Garchomp. Very nice, very well executed. I guess Toxic Debris doesn't really do anything for me at this point. Okay, I'm pretty sure Turn is really bulky and base Jolly Gyarados is not that strong, but I'm pretty sure Waterfall will kill. This is +1 Waterfall. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, we're gonna Tyranitar. The question is, what is my Milotic going for here? Because I could end up in some trouble. Oh. Well, yeah, that... I am in trouble, aren't I? Okay. Jarvis, help. Well, chat, I might be cooked. The thing is, okay, they go into Garchomp here. If I can just kill this Milotic... I think I'm supposed to Rock Slide again here. Because if it is a speed tie and I win it, there's not much point saving my Mega anymore, right? They're not going to lock into a ground move now. Okay. Here's the thing. If I get Delphox, I'll win. Here's Mold Breaker. Oh, I have a... Oh, wait, I don't have Earthquake. Oh, Dragon Claw. Not good. Okay, they're locked into Dragon Claw, which is interesting. I have regular Glimmora. Ugh, not good. Not good, not good, not good. And taking less damage here is good. No accuracy drop. Okay, Sand End. That's really good. Okay, so Corviknight is unable to be damaged here. Okay, here's the plan. There's no plan. I'm dead. Glimmora doesn't really do anything for me here. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I think I know how I can win. Okay, ready? Here's the plan. I'm going to switch. Oh, that's not good. Oh, man. Oh, and now they get to go for Heat Wave plus Earthquake and get the win that way. But does Corviknight die? I should have gone for sub. Oh, they protected. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Because if I get the Delphox here, I'll win. The problem is that the Milotic is too fast, right? I think I can win this as long as Corviknight lives a Heat Wave, which I want to say it will. Yeah, that Hypnosis really messed me up, but also I did get a couple really lucky flinches. Okay, they're switching. They're playing really well, honestly. They protect, okay. It's all just gonna come down to whether or not my Corviknight can live a hit here. There's Sludge Bomb. Look at the poison. No poison. I'm gonna Spiky Shield here, I guess. I'm gonna Brave Bird. I think I win this under the circumstances where my Corviknight survives. It's been the case for a second now. Like, their Delphox is really strong. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how if Corviknight takes this. I'm kind of inclined to think it will. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. I assume they lock into either Earthquake or Heat or Stomping. Okay, here's Earthquake. So it literally just comes down to whether or not my Corviknight survives this hit. They're gonna go for, is it Heat Wave or is it Flamethrower? I don't know if I'll Oh, Corviknight, my goat! Okay, Corviknight dodges the Overheat, which I did not know that they had. And I will say most likely wins the game off of that play. Good job, Corviknight. Okay, wasn't clean, but we did get it. Yeah, so Garchomp can never touch my Corviknight here. Okay, this was not super clean. I think maybe like, okay, what threw a wrench in this was my Lodic, honestly, because I have an answer to Delphox, and the answer is Gyarados, and even Volcarona can be okay as well, but the specific combination of Pokemon here made it really, really difficult. Here's Earthquake. Yeah, the specific combination of Pokemon made it just like basically borderline impossible for me to get into position like safely, right? We saw Gyarados kind of pop off in the mid game, but there we go, the Toxic Spikes, yeah. But like, because I got put to sleep, the late game Delphox, so they honestly played super well to preserve it, was really good. So yeah, I actually haven't played that many Mega Delphox yet, and I'm seeing why it's threatening here. Yeah, DD Mega Gyarados was really good here, to be fair, but yeah, was still pretty difficult in the end. So I think it's one of the interesting things about Pokemon is that you will have sometimes these dynamics where Pokemon are contributing from the bench, like, or they're very present in the team is what ends up like making a difference basically. In this match, for example, we had my Lodic who like made it so I didn't feel comfortable leading Gyarados. Like, imagine I knew they were going to lead these two. Leading Gyarados might have just won me the game on the spot, right? Intimidate down. I mean, I'm already in position versus Delphox. Like, I'm already threatening big damage, right? But because they had my Lodic, I couldn't do it. And we didn't see it last game because they let it, but Farigiraf is another Pokemon that has a similar effect. So I felt like that was fun. I'm having fun. I like this team, and I'd like to see one more where Glimmora can do a little bit more, because in the first one, the Toxic, like, Glimmora was effective as a non-Mega Pokemon, and the second one I didn't Mega Evolve it. So I want to see if Mega Glimmora can do something as an offensive Pokemon, and if not, maybe okay. This is really similar to a team that I have built. So we need to watch out for Garchomp here. I think that's the big thing. Things to notice, they don't have any weather control. They do have Mega Meganium, who's really scary. This is not a good matchup for Mega Glimmora. They have Gambit, they have Garchomp, and they have Starmie. So I think I do Garchomp up front. I think I do Ninetales second. I am going to bring Glimmora here. And then last one, it's one of these two. It's not Gyarados this game. I think I should probably bring up Ground Immunity, right? So I'll bring Corviknight. And the game plan will be to deal with Meganium and Rotom and then try and get an Iron Defense up. That seems reasonable, yeah. Can Gambit Admirer? Do you think they're going to bring it? They have it in the title. Aerodactyl and Kingambit. I think they're going to bring it. It's my prediction. So here, we're threatening a ground move. My inclination is honestly just to clear the Aerodactyl and a Rock Slide, even though I have the ground move available. But yeah, I think I just want to clear Aerodactyl. We don't want to let this thing get a second Tailwind up. I think getting through just one Tailwind's going to be difficult. So yeah, that's my instinct. Okay, they didn't go for Protect. So here's Rock Slide. If I flinch either Pokemon here, it's pretty big, especially Aerodactyl. Flinching Aerodactyl will be huge. That's so big. That's so big. Okay, here's Blizzard. Freeze the Kingambit. Freeze it. This chip actually matters, by the way. I could put in a range of Body Press. I could put in a range of Stomping Tantrum. Give me the freeze. Okay, don't freeze, but that was a super good turn, regardless of what happens here with the Gambit. Oh my god. Yep, I'm back. I'm so back. Meganium, okay, cool. Let's be smart here. Yes or no? I'd like to switch into Corviknight. Switch into Corviknight and Protect here. The odds of them going for Weather Ball into my Garchomp feel like near zero. We have an advantage. I could have gone for Aurora Veil, but I feel like keeping my Focus Sash intact is actually more dangerous. And if they play oh, that's not good. My thought process here, by the way, is that it may be possible to Encore them. Like, if they, like, imagine they lock Gleam here, right? They locked Weather Ball in that spot? My god. Okay, I'm dealing with somebody else. Ugh. Okay, now I think I'm just straight up losing now. They locked Weather Ball? Ugh. All right, yeah, anyway, here's Blizzard. All right, give me the freeze, baby. Show me the freeze on Meganium. I haven't frozen anything yet. It's so good. Oh, I'm sorry, Corviknight. You did good. You did good, buddy. I think I'm thaw. I hope not. Yeah, Meganium is so strong. No thaw, no thaw. Okay, nice. Okay, so what else is on this team? Can I click Blizzard plus Stomping Tantrum, or are they gonna have Rotom in the back? Like, I want to go into Glimmora here, but I don't think I'm supposed to. I'm getting so lucky. I hope I lose. Okay, I'm Stomping Tantruming here. I'm going for Blizzard here. The thing is, once Gambit goes down, if they have, like, if they have Rotom as the last, then... Okay, they protect. Cool. Oh, wait, I have Encore available now. That's really good. You're Stomping. Yeah. Okay. There's Blizzard. I have 1 turn left of Snow, but now I have Encore available. Garchomp. Okay. Huh. I mean, I'm going to Stomping the Garchomp, I guess, in case it's Sash. Okay, what if they're Scarf, and then they click Scarf Rock Slide, and then they get the flinch? I think Glimmora would still win, to be honest. Okay, protect from Garchomp. They're going for the double. They failed. They get the double. Okay, we got a game. Hang on. We got a game. Okay, hang on. I think I can still win this guaranteed, though, because I have the Sash available, even without my Snow, even without Blizzard having accuracy. Perfect. Here's my thought process. Ready? Okay, I'm going to switch Garchomp into Glimmora, okay? We know that they're not Scarf, so I'm going to Encore their Garchomp here into Protect. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't think Meganium will be able to kill my Glimmora on the switch in here, unless they predict me and go for Earth Power, which would be a ridiculous move. And if by using Encore here, I can basically lock the Garchomp into, I can lock the Garchomp into Protect, meaning it can't do damage, and now I can use Glimmora to take out the Meganium, basically. I go for Protect, it fails. This means this next turn it will succeed. We go for Weather Ball into Ninetales. So they do understand that Ninetales is the most threatening Pokemon here. And so now all I have to do is make sure that my Glimmora outspeeds their Meganium, which is guaranteed because I'm Max Speed Timid Glimmora and I haven't Mega Evolved yet. So what I can do here is I can go for Mega Evolve and Sludge Bomb to pin the Meganium. Switch this turn and switch next turn to reset the Snow. Okay, Ninetales switches. Garchomp comes in. Glimmora Mega Evolves. Here we go. It's a funny looking Pokemon. Agreed? Agreed. You overprotect the Garchomp. This was guaranteed. And they protect Meganium. Okay. So they're going to try and stall out the Encore, which is fine because they're pinned. They're fully pinned. Even if they get a bunch of double protects, it should be really difficult for them to get out of this. I'm also like loosely keeping track of the amount of protects in my head. So I'm bringing Ninetales back in here. I need to check the turn order here because I need to make sure that I have Ninetales on the field when Garchomp's Encore runs out. The reason for this is that we haven't officially confirmed the Focus Sash yet. I suspect it was on Aerodactyl. Like that's the most obvious choice. But it's possible that, yeah, this one fails. It's possible that it was actually on the Garchomp. So if I go for Blizzard here and the Earthquake, I would still win. But in general, it's good practice to go for the single safest move. So as Encore ends here, what I can do is I can actually go for, yeah, they forfeit. I was going to Encore and Substitute to get a super guaranteed win. Just to play around like potential, like imagine it was like, I don't know, Yachi Berry. Because I have Sash or Scarf Garchomp in the back, it was not possible for me to lose here, but it's still good to keep in mind like the guaranteed safe play. So I think Glimmora was pretty good in that game. My overall feelings about the Pokemon, having now played with it a little bit, is I think I like it. I think I was a little underwhelmed. I suspect that it's a Pokemon that will be strongest when the like popular Pokemon are not ones that are dangerous to it. Like facing off against Garchomp a bunch, and King Gambit and Mega Delphox, and even Milotic to some extent. So I would say mostly it's the Pokemon that are like stealing ground that resist its stab moves. I think it's not a bad Pokemon at all, but I think that probably if you want to use it, it probably should be as part of a dual Mega setup because also regular Glimmora is pretty good. We actually saw again the value of the Toxic Spikes in that first game. So certainly not a bad Pokemon by any means, but I think it's not, I had really high hopes for it. And I think I'm now tempering them a little bit. Maybe my next couple games with this team will go well. If you want to see more games with this team, I'll be playing at least 2 more to put up on the Patreon. I'm going to just continue playing right here. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support and I will see you tomorrow with more content.